This is Minecraft All the Mods 3. We are back at it yet again today. I'm showing off my wonderful armor here, and you're going to immediately notice something's different. Yeah, that's right. I cleaned all of this up that was our little entry or intro little area, and we have moved. Like I said we would, we are right over here in the side of the mountain. I am still developing stuff. It's still, work in progress, but I'm getting a general look down that I like, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, if this is going to be solid glass or if I'll use ethereal glass so I can fly through it, or who knows what. I've been getting things set up and moved, and most of the stuff that we had over there we already have over here. I've added a whole lot of drives, and lots of storage drives in them. This is our primary area to access the terminals. So here's the regular crafting terminal. This is a pattern terminal, so we can create patterns to use. And this is an interface terminal, which will allow me to see every interface in the system once we have some. This is a fluid storage monitor. This is a just item storage monitor and a gas storage monitor. And I kind of did it in a somewhat color scheme. You can do that. This is an unfinished room, obviously. But you can do that by using different colored smart cables. So that's the cyan, which is why those show cyan, red, and then orange in the background there. And this is my wireless access point and security terminal, and the back side of my power. I don't know why that's showing in or out. I didn't mean for that to be there. But our power comes in on this line, and that up there are all of our vibrant solar cells, which is what is providing our power at this point in time. And then the output side of the power comes out the opposite side, which you can see right over here. This is where it comes down and it goes to everything, our matter receiver, and all throughout to the different machines and the ME controller to give everything power. I am utilizing point-to-point or P2P tunnels. Each face of the controller has 32 channels, and I am accessing those 32 channels and sending them from this tunnel to another tunnel. This one, I do believe, connects to that one. So the 32 channels that come out of this face travel and come out right there. And that's what is currently our storage drive bay area. And then this one, this tunnel, travels up to here and gives me a bunch of channels up there to deal with. And then this other one, the third one at the top, goes to right there. And these are all super close by, and it's not a necessity. It's just how I'm going to be using these going forward to transfer the channels all around. And I'll be expanding the controller as necessary. But up here, whoops, I am working on setting up our machines. This one is actually running right now. I have it set up where there's a crate above it, and each one of these are designed to simply take out of the crate directly into here using the configuration where they pull from the top and then they push to the bottom. They don't really push. What I have are import buses, and we can go down here and I'll show you. If I come right over here, you see the import buses are what takes out of the bottom of every machine, and on the back side you can see our mechanism machines. I am still setting things up in here. It's not finished yet. I am adding in item conduits in the back, and the reason I have that machine making the electrical still is I need speed upgrades to make it fast enough taking out of the crates and putting into the machines. That way they will move quickly. I also need to make sure that when I'm doing this, I've set up each of the machines, the mechanism machines, to receive items into the back side so that it will just simply take out of the crate. And you have to make sure when you're doing this, let me go ahead and grab a little bit of our stuff here. Okay, that's plenty. I think I'm only putting 6 per machine, which is hopefully enough. I haven't actually tested. It's just an idea, a general idea. You have to work your way back out. So now I can't go over here. But what I can do is reach over. I don't want these to connect side to side, so I don't want this crate putting something into this machine, and I don't want them connecting here. So you have to disconnect the sides of the conduit that are connecting to what you don't want them to. And you have to make sure this is changed to insert on the machine. Export from the crate, insert into the machine. And then you work your way out as you go, adding these in and disconnecting everything as you need it so that it's all set up and good to go. If you miss something, it's going to be a little hard to get in here to access it. So try and make sure that you're paying attention, as I'm trying to do, and setting it up just right the first time, and then you don't have that issue. The peaceful Minecraft music in the background, I like it. And make sure you set these to always extract. And the insert down there. And this is the last one on the end here. And then we need to make sure each of the machines are set to accept from the backside. So the always exporting. Oh, so we made a mistake here. I think I can just access this. No. So is it that side? You click on this somewhere. Oh, I'm breaking everything. Connect. Struggle. Hello, can we? Oh, we're just messing everything up. Hold on. We'll just manually break those two and grab out some conduit again. I need the power hooked up, and then I need this hooked up. And then we will try and do that again. Again, you don't want them connected between the machines. It's weird. It's still not doing the item conduit to this machine. Why aren't you connecting? That is really, really weird. Is that a visual glitch? Because it should definitely connect to this machine. Let me make sure that it's not doing something weird. So, items, input. Let's see, the bottom is going to need to be output. But now, why does that not connect? It's the weirdest thing. I'll have to figure that out later. We will just let it slide for right now. What is this, the enriching factory? Might do something a little different for that, but that's okay. Oh, and it's dark. Getting distracted working with everything. But I have been, like I said, moving everything over here, getting things set up. I can use any of these machines. They're not fully automated. Right now, these are the ones that I'm going to have that I can just toss when I need to make something and toss it up here. I will be setting up machines that utilize interfaces in order to craft. That way I can just request something to be crafted later and it will just go through it and make it so. But right now I want ones that say I'm, like the electrical stack, I wanted 4 stacks made. I put the ingredients in here for 4 stacks and just let it go. And it's automatically dumping back into the system because of the import buses on the bottom. But this gives us a much better area to operate. I'm within the site of our mine colony over here, but not in the way. So I'm nearby, but not where I'm going to build things. And this will get moved. Like I said, everything is in the process. You might notice I'm not using Optifine. I was having frequent crashes, so I reinstalled the pack and I didn't put Optifine back in yet. I don't know if I will. I may not. I'm not sure just yet. Turning up my view distance as far as I can, because I like being able to see the mine colony from here. Whoop. Like so. I like being able to see it while I'm up in my mountain base. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at options for power, because as of right now I am getting a decent amount in, but it's solar panels. It doesn't work at night. It only works during the day, and these are kind of pricey, the little vibrant photovoltaic cells. So I want to look at a better source of power that, and for that matter, a better storage. Not that the vibrant capacitor bank's not great, but this has a it's got a maximum storage of 600 million, and I'm looking to hold billions and trillions worth of RF. So Mechanism, being that it's such a wonderful mod, has, there's no H in there, has what you need for that, and it's the induction multi-block structure, the induction matrix, I think is what it's called. But you need casings, ports to access it through the outside shell, and then what you make the interior out of determines the statistics of the block itself. So you get the induction cells and you get the providers. Providers do one thing for you, and that is move the energy. It's what allows you to put energy in and take energy out, and they have a different rate. Oop, Anzaray just entered the colony. They have different rates for the different devices. Where'd they go? Okay, so the basic induction cell, that's the actual part that holds the power, holds 125 million, and that's a single piece. And this just takes a little bit of lithium dust, 4 energy tablets, and a basic energy cube, which is a couple more energy tablets, redstone, iron, super easy, steel casing. Nothing about that is hard at all. And a single basic cell holds 125 million. And you think, wait a minute, this is pretty expensive. And, well, hello, Anzaray. And each block only adds 25 million. Okay, that was a nice little visit from Anzaray there. He just wanted to poke around and see what I was using to harvest my mystical agriculture crops. And I showed him, gave him a little tour over there. It still has not moved. It's still over there behind the little cave area. But like I was saying before, I want to get a better power storage device, and it's not very hard at all to make the upgraded versions. So I just showed you the basic. The advanced induction cell holds 1 billion RF, just the one single block itself, and that just takes 4 of the basic induction cells and an advanced energy cube, which is a basic energy cube with a couple more energy tablets, some osmium, and enriched alloy. None of this is hard at all. It's just tedious, and it takes a lot of steps. So if we're going to make this easier, the best way to do it would be to start making machines that are automated for us. So that's definitely something that I want to do. And before I get too far ahead of myself, I really should get the, what are they called again? Inscribers, that's what they're called. These need to be automated. I need to have these things set up and running, and I also, so you have one for silicone, one for logic, one for calculation, one for engineering. And then you should really have one inscriber for each of the different processors. The basic, well, each processor itself should also have its own inscriber, which means I need 2 more of these. Advanced inscribers. And a good place to put these. They don't have to be anywhere special, but I don't want them visible all the time. Let's do this here. I can go ahead and change the floor out down here to concrete. And I'm not sure how I'm going to light this area just yet. If I put lighting way up in the ceiling, it doesn't function very well down here. I may put some in the floor or who knows what. But right now, what I want to do is set up my inscribers with interfaces. Interface. So these lovely blocks allow us to do a lot of really great things. So what I'm going to do is set up an inscriber with an interface behind. It should probably be on top of it. So let's set up an inscriber against the wall and see, what is this one? This is a blank one. That's good. I need to probably put a few down, and then I can swap around what's in them. Where'd that one go? I think it went back into the system because we're close enough that if we pick something up, it goes directly into the system. So we're going to move stuff around. Let's go ahead and just take out the different items that are in them, and I can reorganize them in a logical fashion. I also need to make sure that every one of them has as many acceleration cards in as they can hold. I want them moving as quickly as possible. And then we're going to start from left to right. This one is going to be for silicone. This one will be for logic, calculation, engineering. And then each of these will make the corresponding circuit itself. So what I want to do here is come along and place down an interface on top of each of these. And then I need to hook these up. Now, I have 32 channels coming out up here, and I'm only using 18 for the drives currently. But I am going to be adding more drives in, and I don't want to take up channels that'll be for there. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a completely new set of channels for right over here. And we'll do that by, you have to use the dense cables. You don't have to use smart cables, you have to use dense cables. That way you get all 32 channels out. And P2P. I don't have any in there already, so we're going to make a few. And then we need the memory card that allows you to link these. Memory card. So we place that there. And then we need to link in to this line somewhere. I'm just going to do that right here. And then we grab the memory card and we pick a new one that's blank, unlinked, and you link them. You shift right click on the original one, and then you right click on the one you want to copy to, and then you can shift right click onto something random to clear its memory. So we're now linking these 7 into the system, and we can add in our patterns, that's what they're called, in order to get what we want out here. Now, we're not going to be taking out of them yet, so we need to also grab import buses. We'll make a few more of those. We need 7 in total. And we can just grab from the back. There's no reason to do the bottom in particular. You can grab from any side of these. I'm just going to do the back because it allows me to very easily link up the cables to what is on top. And we're going to want to put acceleration and capacity cards into each of these. So we have 7 capacity cards and all the acceleration cards we're going to need. And the capacity card allows it to take more than one item out every time it ticks, and the acceleration card makes it tick more often, so you get very rapid extraction of your items. Now, I'm fairly certain that this will power these, but I don't think it'll pass the channels. I do believe that I have to do that in order to pass the channels. Oh no, it did pass the channels through. Interesting. But that's okay. We have the 7 interfaces here, each taking a channel, and then we have the blocks themselves, the import buses themselves, each take a channel. So you have 7 and 7, which adds up to be 14 channels total going through there. Now what I can do is grab some patterns by coming up here and looking for patterns. I'm going to grab blank ones. I've already made a few that go to other items. But what I want to do is change this into a processing pattern. And I'm going to tell it, if you take 64 silicone, you'll get 64 printed silicone. And the reason I did 64 is I don't want it to get bogged down making one at a time. So if I come put that pattern into this interface, which is the one that has that right there. Oh, I'm forgetting something. I have not placed down the crafting multi-block structure. So I need, what's a good place? I'm probably going to come right over here and figure out how to get some channels over to this. Back in behind here. I've already got some room. So I like to have the crafting monitor at eye level, and then one of each of the different blocks up at the front. You're not really going to be able to see the bottom one though. I'm probably going to cover it up. That's okay. It's more so about the visual representation. I'm going to need 2 more 64K pieces and crafting storage blocks. Now that little multi-block structure that I just put together is what allows me to request something to be crafted by the system. Whenever you craft something, it has to have a CPU with enough storage, which is why I was adding these 64K storage components in. It has to have a CPU with enough storage in it in order for it to function. And then the co-processing units allow it to complete processes at the same time, such as, for an example, the silicone can be crafted at the same time that it is also trying to craft the silicone into something. So let's go up here and do another one. Whoop. I'm going to say gold. And I don't have any of the printed gold circuits on me, so I will need to make those right now. And the system's going to immediately pick these things up, so I'm not going to be able to grab them out, but I can just come up here and let's see, those are called logic circuits. Yes, printed logic circuits. I'm going to put this recipe in for the printed logic circuits. There's already the silicon one in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if you take all of these things combined, so if I grab, well, we've already got a bunch of printed silicon circuits, or printed silicon. If you grab all of these, you'll be able to create the final product, which is the logic processor. And I'm going to create a recipe for that. And then, because I have the co-processing blocks in the crafting CPU, it can do more than one stage at a time. Logic. So let's go down here. This one will be the logic, and then the final stage is to take one of each of these and a stack of redstone and create a stack of logic processors. And that will be done in the very first advanced inscriber. So now I can just say, craft me 2,000 of these. No crafting CPUs are available. Alright, with that hooked up, I can come down here, move very fast, and I can now request 2,000 of these to be made. And you'll see it's able to run multiple machines at a time. It would also be running the silicon if I didn't have thousands of it already made, but it can run multiple machines at a time and produce me the processors. And I am going to expand that and build more of these CPUs so that I can start having my system make things for me, rather than me doing a lot of tedious tasks or grabbing a bunch of items to batch craft something. I can just have the system make it, and it will make exactly as many as I tell it how many make, as I tell it how to make, how many to make, and if I have enough resources for it. So, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. And if you are enjoying my videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you'll get notifications of when my videos go live. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.